Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. My name is Sister Fatima Hodge.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge.
Today our topic is the devil's plan. And we're going to get right into it. All right, sisters and brothers. Farrakhan is the so-called leader of the Nation of Islam. The devils put him in this position. This is their plan to destroy the teachings of the God and the teachings of our messenger. They're playing the same song but has changed the lyrics. Farrakhan is against the original nation, sisters and brothers. He's against them because he's in fact a devil, just like his fathers. So he hates us, just like his fathers. And he has changed the teachings 100%.
Right. That's exactly what he did. Because he's an FBI informant. And the FBI has set up an operation which is called the Counterintelligence Program, which is targeted to misdirect, discredit, disrupt, and cause the destruction of the Nation of Islam. And the program was aimed to change the original teachings, like the sister shared, of the God and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings, and to replace it with one of religious and self-improvement orientation, which would eliminate the aspect of race hatred and the talk of separation, and calling devils, which is the original teachings.
Exactly. He's telling you that one drop of black blood makes you original. And that's a lie, sisters and brothers. And that's who he is by nature, a liar. Because he has a totally different nature than us. So just naturally he's going to go against the teachings that are for the original nation.
Right.
Farrakhan is such a liar and such a hypocrite that he's cursed. And he is also a robber of God, sisters and brothers. Taking from the Nation of Islam, taking from the brothers and sisters,
Right.
pimping the sisters.
Mm.
At that, they're the one that's fueling the nation. And Farrakhan is the reason why they're doing these things.
Right.
Because he's the manufacturer, right? But he's telling you you're a sample.
Right. Wicked. Evil.
But he's the leader, right? So we're following the leader's lead, right?
Right.
And the Nation of Islam hasn't produced anything
Right.
since the messenger. So, sisters and brothers, Farrakhan is in fact an enemy to the original nation. And he has been cursed with a curse. It reads, "Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee in excuse me, sisters and brothers. Am I saying that right?
In tilts.
In tilth. And offerings. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Sisters and brothers. So say he was cursed with a curse.
Right.
That's exactly what took place.
Exactly. Because the messenger was preparing the way for the messenger of the covenant. It's supposed to be a smooth transaction.
Mm-hmm.
But someone came in the way, in the middle of that transaction, and robbed that nation, robbed God, robbed the messenger of the covenant of his army, and demon possessed them with his own philosophy and make-believe, destroying the nation, doing away with the original teachings, and having the people worshiping Sunniism, the golden calf, Scientology, Dianetics.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Giving our people the devil's mind when they're supposed to be having a spirit of getting out of here, separating from America. You need, see, not loving your enemies, realizing who your enemies are, or you are your own enemy. So Farrakhan has turned our people into their own enemies.
Exactly. And this was all the devil's plan. They put him in that position.
Right.
They couldn't have Nation of Islam going as it was before.
Exactly.
That's why they tried to get rid of the messenger. They couldn't have those Negroes thinking.
Right.
They couldn't have those Negroes thinking they were going anywhere. That they could unite. That they could come together as one body. They couldn't have those Negroes thinking that.
Right.
Or that's their destruction.
Exactly.
So that's why they have a plan against the original nation.
Right.
And Farrakhan is a part of that plan, sisters and brothers.
Exactly.
And he was cursed with the curse. And he tells you that himself.
Right.
They tried to kill him.
Right. Why?
But not only they tried to kill him, they were not successful, but they definitely harmed him and cursed him. And Farrakhan, as you know, is disemboweled.
Exactly.
What is disemboweled? What does that mean? If you know what that means, no man would ever want to be in that position.
Right.
It says the woman is a man's heaven, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So ever since he's been disemboweled, he's never experienced heaven again.
Right.
So he's supposed to be the Messiah, but
He's wheelchair bound.
he's wheelchair.
He's shitting in a bag. He got a little thing hanging out his belly that he stick a bag on and poop and piss in. But he's supposed to get you. He's supposed to, save you. But he can't save his damn self. They blew his whole insides up, rearranging his manhood. You see, messed up his male reproduction organs. So he can't even have children anymore, like the sister shared. That's a man's heaven, right? But he can't even enjoy her because he's all messed up down there. You see?
And this is for robbing God, sisters and brothers. Elijah Muhammad even said he would be a big hypocrite.
Right.
That's exactly what he
And Farrakhan admitted it.
lived out to be.
Right.
Now we have this clip here in our next slide that's going to show Farrakhan speaking on his curse. And this is just a little proof for you all to show that Farrakhan was in fact disemboweled. Sisters and brothers, we're going to get right to it.
They said, well, the cancer has broken the capsule and it's spreading. So we have to do something right away. I was on tour.
Come on.
Speaking to us.
That's right.
About our mistreatment of self and our need to do something for self. So when I went back after the tour, they put 180 more radiated seeds in my body. Now, when you radiate seeds, see, they're radiated to a certain specification. I don't know what the specs are, but I trusted my doctor. And then I went back on the road.
Yes, sir.
A little while later, my insides started burning up. And I went and I saw one of the seeds came out of me through the penis. I put the seed in a tissue and I brought it back to Washington. And when I went in the office where they did the procedure, I said, one of the seeds came out. The woman who was the worker there, she wouldn't touch it. She said, get it quick. And she got a lead receptacle.
Think about it.
And I dropped the seed in that receptacle. Later, my insides started burning up. Winnie Mandela, Nelson Mandela's ex-wife, came to America and told me, she said, Brother Farrakhan, they announced in South Africa that you were dead. They said, well, the cancer has broken the capsule.
All right, sisters and brothers, that was a small clip showing you that Farrakhan was in fact disemboweled.
They said, well, the cancer has broken the capsule.
I'm not going to go too much further into that. You all get the idea. Farrakhan is in fact a house Negro. He has black skin, but he's in fact not one of us.
Right. He's wolf in sheep clothing. He's Oreo. Black on the outside, white on the inside. Infiltrating to be original. You know, like a black man who could pass as being a Caucasian. Going into the Ku Klux Klan and going in and changing the teachings, telling that black people ain't bad, black people ain't terrible, black people ain't niggers. You know, going in there saying we should love black people, we should learn to love black people and help black people. You get it? That's what he's doing in the Nation of Islam. He's a devil in black skin, talking about devils ain't devils no more. That this message is universal. It was message to the black man.
Telling us we're not going anywhere. However, the scriptures clearly states that the black man and woman of America has a promise that was made to them. And that promise is the covenant. Sisters and brothers. And that's who will come after the messenger. The messenger of the covenant.
Right.
Right? He's not preaching the covenant.
Right.
He's not preaching this. Sisters and brothers. It says in the same day the Lord made a covenant.
Right.
A promise. Sisters and brothers. Excuse me, sisters and brothers, we're gonna I have covenant spelled incorrectly here. Excuse me. And I'm gonna fix that. Well, actually, sisters and brothers, we're gonna make that right in our next video. Excuse me. However, the message still applies. We had a promise, a covenant that was made to us. And he's telling you that you're not going anywhere. So that, in fact, he's lying about as well.
Right.
But you have to understand, why doesn't Farrakhan go anywhere? Why isn't he preaching the covenant?
Right.
Why? First of all, because he's not the master of the covenant.
Exactly.
And second of all, he's not original. So he does not want to leave America.
Right.
America is his promised land. This is where he belongs. And he's the leader of the original nation of Islam, sisters and brothers. So if he's the leader of the nation of Islam, he should be teaching the covenant, right? Because that's our promise. That's our land. That's our promised land, right? But no, he's telling you, you're staying here. So that should be the number one red flag that he's a liar. Because even the messenger shared that you'll be a fool to stay in the land of your imprisonment. And he's requesting 6 states
Right.
here in America. Sisters and brothers.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, our black people are not being taught and informed properly. So there's no way we could even take care of 6 states.
Right. Right. We don't have the education to do so because Farrakhan's not preparing you to do it. He don't know anything about plumbing, electrician, setting up those parameters of agriculture. Or
Exactly.
he don't know how to grow his own food and do all these things. Things that you need, the building blocks to run a successful society.
Exactly.
You got to be able to think.
And you still gonna need these devils.
Right. So that means you be calling for the devils. Master, please.
And he's requesting 6 states here in America, sisters and brothers. So we have to understand that this is the devil's plan
Right.
to destroy God's people.
Right.
And Farrakhan is in fact one himself.
Right. Son of the devil.
Look at this. His father is a Caucasian,
Right.
a Jew,
Percival Clark.
Percival Clark. He even tells you out his own mouth that his mother was raped
Right.
and tried to abort him
Right.
multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in fact married at the time.
Right.
Because I have a video here, and he's expressing that when her husband seen that he was a white child, light-skinned child with blonde hair. He left her. Sisters and brothers, this is not some theory. It's not something that's being made up. Farrakhan shows by his actions, and not only that, right out of his mouth that he's the devil. And black skin. So we're gonna play these videos here to show you all that he's telling you right out of his mouth who he is. He said his mother had to teach him to love black people. If you're black, if you're original,
Right.
then why does your black mother have to teach you to love your own people?
Right. Nobody ever taught me to love black people. It's something natural.
Exactly, it's in us. That's
You
who we
black,
are.
what you need somebody to do that for?
Because Farrakhan is in fact a house Negro, sisters and brothers. He's not one of us, but he looks like us. He talks like us, but his action shows that he's 100% against us. So we're going to play these clips here and let you hear for yourself.
She looked, and he was very light-skinned with kind of blondish hair. It was even lighter than this. She had to go tell her husband. So she went and told him. And that was the end of their relationship. She took my brother and me and moved away from New York to Boston. She never asked my brother's father for a dime, and he didn't give her one. And my father didn't give her nothing. So it was God and my mom. Just like with many of you. It ain't nobody but God and you. And I say this to every sister.
Excuse me, sisters and brothers, we're going to go back. I started it in the middle.
She looked, and he was very light-skinned with kind of blondish hair. It was even lighter than this. She had to go tell her husband. So she went and told him. And that was the end of their relationship. She took my brother and me and moved away from New York to Boston. She never asked my brother's father for a dime, and he didn't give her one. And my father didn't give her nothing. So it was God and my mom. Just like with many of you. It ain't nobody but God and you. And I say this to every sister in here that may be expecting something and plan to go to the abortion clinic. You may be killing the answer to your prayers. Because look at what my mother would have destroyed. She wouldn't have known it, but before she died, I went in to her deathbed, and she was laying there cradling her stomach. And she said, "Son, I thank God for what he brought from my womb." She said, "Son, you have a very difficult life. Very difficult life." She said, "But remember, I told you that when you were in my womb, I prayed. And one night, I had a dream and the road just got so steep, I began to fall backwards, and a voice said, pray. And I said, what shall I pray? And the voice said, say, Lord, help me to overcome my difficulties. And when she said that, she said the road got smooth. And she said from that day, she has never worried. If she only had a dime, she learned how to make a dime work to keep her children from starving. I never went to bed hungry one night in my life. I never slept on dirty sheets. I don't know what it's like to grow up in a dirty house. I always had clean socks and clean underwear and a white shirt pressed so that when I went to school, I was in show business. And I have a very tough mother, you know, bless her heart. She's a great black woman. I mean, she's real dark, real beautiful. And I mean, that's the cause of my love for black people. That black woman drilled it into me to love black people. And if she saw me inclining the other way, she would bust that inclination up. She put the violin in my hands at 5 years old, and she went without stockings to give my brother and I music lessons. She sacrificed for us, but she was a strange kind of mom. I didn't understand at all. I was scared of her because she was so highly intelligent. With no father around, she was so heavy till no man could handle her. And I feel sorry for so many of you sisters. You're so far ahead of men till they just can't give you no kind of comfort on this level. And it makes it so painful in life. Well, my mother was like that. I mean, she could take a dime and milk a dime and make a dime grow to $1 while a man was looking at $1 fall to a dime. I mean, this woman is something. This woman was so frugal and so intelligent, she would leave her house and could come back in later and find kind of blondish hair. Was he?
My sisters and brothers, so you all heard for yourselves that he had to be taught to love black people.
Right.
On top of that, he's, in my opinion, is disrespecting his mother.
Right. He talks about her like as if she's not his mother. This woman. This woman.
He didn't understand her.
Right. That woman. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you get it? Like she obviously was different from him. As he talked as if he was a white man. You know, a Caucasian man himself, like who didn't understand black people. That's how he comes off. That woman, I didn't get that woman. I don't know. You know, you hear how he talk.
Whenever he got off the path, we're saying that he don't like black people.
Right.
She made sure that she.
Right. Why would you incline the other way anyway?
Made sure, and whenever I incline, meaning whenever I
switch to the other
acted
way,
like I didn't like black people or showed my nature.
Right. Basically,
she put me back in check.
Yeah.
Due to her being original black. Right? So, sisters and brothers, his actions are clearly telling you that he's a devil, an enemy to the original nation. And there's no way he should be the leader in the leader position of our nation. All right, sisters and brothers, we're going to move forward. All right. Excuse me. All right, sisters and brothers. Now, you know that Farrakhan is a part of the devil's plan to destroy us. On top of them dealing wisely with us because they have a black-faced house Negro in a position teaching the original nation. But he's against them. He's the wolf in sheep clothing. So he's hidden, camouflaged in with the black nation. And this was a part of their dealing wisely with us, right? It reads, "Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land." All right, sisters and brothers, we said, come on, let us deal wisely with them. So those who they're speaking about is the original nation, sisters and brothers.
Right. It's the whole reason of them setting up the counterintelligence program to destroy the nation, to get rid of the teachings, to get rid of that talk of separation, hating devils, hating America. You see? And because they knew that if you start thinking, if you get on a level that's higher than theirs, then, like they said, they were afraid that you would join their enemies in war and fight against them and leave. Because the whole goal is to get you to go nowhere. Ain't that what Farrakhan preached?
Exactly.
Which is self-destruction. He said you'll be a fool to stay here and lay in your imprisonment. He said the people out of vision will perish. So they give you a dream.
Mm-hmm. And that dream is our destruction. Because soon our brothers and sisters are going to wake up from that dream and find out that they were in a nightmare. Because this is all an illusion of happiness. It's not real. It's fake. And this is all to distract you from what's taking place to our nation.
Right.
It's just like if you're trying to kill a rat that's running around your house or a mouse. You set up a trap, right? You put his favorite food on that trap. And he's not looking at the trap. He's focused on the smell of that cheese or peanut butter. So he runs right into it.
Right.
And that's exactly what's taking place with our nation. They're feeding you all these trinkets, selling you all these dreams. And it's not real. It's all a trap.
Right.
Because they have a plan to destroy you, to take you out, sisters and brothers. Tell you that thinking doesn't matter. Mathematics, you don't need that.
Right. Get your NBA, NFL.
You need to be a basketball player.
Right. What about thinking?
Don't worry about thinking.
You just lift them weights, nigga.
You can be a rapper.
Right. You just sing them lyrics, nigga. You see? We pay you top dollar to be a dumb nigga.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
And that's what our people are focused on. Buying the next Jordans that's coming out. Going on their vacations.
Right.
All these things that they have.
Partying. Going to clubs, concerts, smoking, drinking, living life.
Exactly.
Not worried about mathematics, which is how the world operates. Don't worry about that, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about reading them books.
Our women want to get abortions, birth control.
Don't worry about your population, which equals power.
And
potential power.
that's what that's telling you, right? Our men are in prison,
Right. Depopulation.
so they're not able to produce. And this is all the devil's plan.
Right. To eradicate you, eliminate you, completely take you off the face of the earth. Get rid of their consequence. Because they're guilty
Exactly.
of afflicting the original nation. They said, don't do it, or you surely die. And that's what they did.
We have a whole nation who's stolen our identity.
Right.
And this is why they're trying to get rid of the evidence. Because our nation is paying attention to it, but they aren't. And their so-called God people are at war. They said that when they be placed in their land, they'll be at peace, right?
They ain't had peace since they've been placed there. They weren't even placed
never
there.
to be uprooted again, right?
Right.
But all that talk is being revealed as lies.
Right.
Because if that's the case, why is that taking place?
Right.
And if they're God's people, why are they killing and starving and
Right. Doing the acts of Satan.
doing the acts of
Say, know a tree by the
devil.
fruit it bears.
Satan?
Know them by their
Societies.
works.
Wicked.
Right. They're supposed to be saints.
But they're God's people.
Right.
And this is a part of their plan. This is in Bible. I want you to start to think and see that this is all, an illusion. Because they fear our nation
Right.
from rising.
Right. That's what they mean.
And that's exactly what's going to happen
Right.
when false Israel is taken out. And scriptures also identifies that will take place as well.
Right.
He said they will be destroyed.
Right.
Hmm.
Said Jerusalem be surrounded by armies.
Hmm.
Said their destruction was near. Not their redemption, not their salvation. Destruction. Which means that'll be an abomination by itself, because that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It said, like you said, when God placed them in their land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So if that happens, what does that mean? It means that they're imposters. That they was fakes, phonies. Right.
So wait, who is God's people? That's the next question. And that's what they fear.
Right. That's why I said they was afraid. And
They're
we multiply.
planning. Exactly.
What they afraid about us? We just a bunch of dumb niggas, right?
See, at least they multiply.
What you scared about us multiplying? We just be more dumb niggas, right? Because they know who you are. You just don't, brothers and sisters.
So they have a plan. And why would they make a plan if they didn't think something was going to happen, right? Or no.
Right.
Something was going to take place. Is it really?
Right. If you knew you were going to be victorious,
Right.
why we set up plan B?
Because they know that they're lying, that they're liars. And they have to get rid of the evidence of cursing God's people.
Right.
Because it said that those who curse God's people will be cursed.
Mm.
And those who bless them shall be blessed. Right?
But no one in the sight has blessed them.
So what have they been doing for 400 years? Plus, cursing God's people.
Right. And established false Israel, which is the false. You see? False God's people. They've been blessing false Israel,
Exactly.
which is the so-called God's people, right? Because they try to switch the narrative. They set up a God's people and said, well, we're going to bless them. So guess what? We switched the narrative. Now we're blessed. You see? So like she said, they get rid of you so they can keep the blessing alive.
Exactly.
Because they'll find out, well, if our people ever find out that we are the true seed of Abraham, and false Israel is destroyed, now they're cursed.
Exactly.
Which is what they're trying to prevent.
So what do you do when you do what the criminals do when they get
Right before
and
trial.
do a crime? You
Right.
try to get rid of the evidence so they don't get
Right.
charged as guilty.
Right. You don't get, you can't trace the evidence and
So
there's
that
no
means
case.
they don't get any consequence.
Right.
But and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They fear us because we are their consequence. Our nation doesn't know what happened to them.
Right.
We have no clue. Because like I shared, we're in a dream. We don't realize it. But when we wake up from that dream,
Right.
when our nation wakes up from that dream and find out that they're in a nightmare,
Right.
it's going to be hell to pay, sisters and brothers, for our enemies.
Right.
Because they're going to reap what they've sown.
Exactly.
And we are their consequence.
Right. And he says, do unto them as was done to you. To hell with all that love. It said wrath. Vengeance.
Unprecedented time is about to take place here. Meaning something that has never been seen.
Right.
A time that, like no other. Something that you can't
You can't even fathom.
mentally prepare for, honestly. Because
Right.
you've never experienced it.
Exactly. Intense.
We don't understand what we are surrounded by, sisters and brothers. We don't understand that. But soon we will. Because we're going to see it. We're around beasts. Sisters and brothers. Devils. Demons.
Mm-hmm.
They're wicked.
Right.
They make mischief and shed blood. That's their nature. So imagine.
Right. Imagine what they're going to do.
What they're capable of.
Right.
Because, yeah, you're not seeing that now.
Right.
Because
Right.
they're hiding it. And that's even scary.
Right. So that's right.
Because they're hiding
Look what they're doing
that
to you.
they're wicked.
Right.
So that means that they're even more wicked.
Right.
Because they can hide that they're wicked.
Right. They're doing wicked acts to you now. And they have everything. So imagine when they have nothing.
Mm.
And their back's against the wall.
Exactly.
And the roles reverse. And here you are.
And they're
Getting your mind back. About to go off to paradise. And they have nothing. But you have everything. Which they never want you to have anything.
mm-hmm.
It says when the envier becomes envious.
Exactly. Our sisters and brothers, woe to that day. Because it's really, our people, it's going to be a shock to the whole planet, the whole world. So we're going to have to survive that shock to keep moving forward. And only the strong will survive, sisters and brothers. So we're going to move to our next slide. And this is also a continuation of this scripture, sisters and brothers, here, of dealing wisely with us. AI, artificial intelligence, sisters and brothers.
Right.
This is one of their biggest ideas that they have to deal wisely with our nation and those who are not producing, period. So that's another thing. But we're focused on our people. So, sisters and brothers, the whole world is viewing AI, but don't realize that and using it as well. And don't realize that this is going to take our jobs
Mm-hmm.
that we need.
Right.
Because like we share, our people are not on a mathematical level standard. So we're not, even though it's our nature, we're not at that standard because of our enemies.
Right.
And these distractions, like we shared, that Satan has set up for us.
Right.
So we're not on that standard that we need to be on when it comes to our nature, mathematics, right? So we're not able to do much but work
Right.
for master's jobs, right? And they have artificial intelligence taking over those jobs that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Truck drivers, Uber drivers, delivery drivers, any of those things, isn't it?
Right.
Cashiers,
Customer service.
customer service,
Mm-hmm. Administrative and keyboarding.
all of these jobs, artificial intelligence are capable of doing today
Right.
already. And this is a big source of the black nation's income, all those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the plans to save money, sisters and brothers,
Right.
to
Maximum
keep
capitalism.
themselves rich.
Right.
So that's why that's what this nation was built off of.
Right.
Maximum profit, minimum overhead.
Exactly.
So we can get rid of, if we can stop paying people
Mm-hmm.
and just have artificial intelligence do these things that we're paying these Negroes to do,
Right.
we can save our money.
That's max
We
profit.
can max profit.
100% profit.
But our people are not looking at this in that manner.
Right.
We're looking at this
This is
as,
great.
that's great, right?
Perfect. I
Perfect.
didn't want to do that anyway. So what the hell are you gonna do?
So right. Just we're not thinking, that's a part of not thinking. Because if you were thinking, you would think like, what job am I gonna have?
Right.
Because I barely know any. I don't know. I do. I'm first of all, I'm not rich.
Right.
This is going to take away middle class people jobs as well.
Right.
Well, so all those who think they have something, they're also going to be, jobless.
Right. Booted to the bottom.
So what does this mean?
Right.
It's going to cause an uproar
Right.
in America.
Mm-hmm. Which is gonna escalate their plan, which is to get rid of your ass.
This is why they have not fully, not came out with fully applied artificial intelligence
Right.
as they can, because they know that this will cause a big problem
Right. And it's-
in America.
Right.
Sisters and brothers, because you got to understand that the actors, all these people are being paid
Right.
to do these things, right? But they clearly have AI that can do these things.
Oh, it's fully capable.
It's capable.
Right.
Right now in our neighborhood, you see AI Ubers,
Right.
cars riding on the streets.
Driving themselves. No one in them.
No one in
We
them.
want to go pick up people. And people are willingly hopping in them.
So that alone to tell you that they have everything they need to really go 100% with this, right?
Right.
But they can't do that because they have to think about what they're going to cause as well. Because if they do that, it's going to be chaos here, as it already is. But like I said, it's going to be even worse, 100%. So they're trying to just ease it on in.
Yeah.
They're wise, we're going to ease it on in.
Right.
The whole time they're trying to get rid of these niggas, these Negroes. They're trying to get rid of all these.
Right. That's what's
anyone that's not producing.
intended to do. Everything's always intended to get rid of the black man and woman. You know, of others. If others get affected by it, then that's on them.
That's on them, exactly.
You know, they can go too. But it was mainly set up for blacks. You know.
Mm-hmm. And those are our main jobs.
Right.
Cooking burgers and
Right. Working that way.
they got robots talking on the intercom for you now.
Right.
They don't need to work inside there doing that.
Yeah, they got the automated systems and self checkouts.
Exactly.
You know, all this savvy AI that does these things now. They don't need you at all. They almost don't even need the police. You see, the police even gonna be unemployed. And who you think will be the first unemployed police officer? The demons. See, even the demons are gonna be affected. They don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And they love Massa. You see, Massa gonna replace their ass too. So it's gonna affect all blacks. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter original or demon. You see, Massa hates you too. And here you are helping Massa. Think you're doing a good job in life.
You all helping him
Destroy you.
destroy yourself.
Because you're black still. And that's the thing that demons don't realize. They are Caucasian and black skin, but you're still black. You get
They
it?
never accepted you.
Right.
As
You still
one of
like the
them.
niggas that they hate.
House Negroes.
That's sad. Because you honored thy father and mother. But they didn't honor you. You see? They use you as leverage to infiltrate our structure, to infiltrate our nation, to destroy us. They didn't give a damn about you. They used you.
You are a part of the plan.
Right. They used you to destroy us. That's what you were good for. Because they never took care of you.
Exactly.
Right. They're the father of deadbeats. They threw you on us. They made you think you thought that you was like us. You part of them. But you're really them. You're devils in black skin. They never, like you said, they never accepted you. They never gave you the due respect or compensation of being who you are. That's why you're getting it now. You know, you only got it for such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming to an end.
That's because we're in time of judgment.
Right.
They're trying to drag in. Yeah.
Right.
So they're on judgment. There's no way around it.
They're trying to make everything right and make it just. So once the judgment rolls in, their slate is clear. Their ultimate goal is to escape judgment. Which is not going to happen.
Yes, sir. The devil's plan. So let us know the topic for today. My people, we must come out of slumber. And soon we will. We're going to rise a mighty nation. And they're not going to be able to do anything to us. But that's their plan. The devil's plan.
Right.
And nobody's telling you about this. But the Son of Man. And those alongside with him. So, you know, our liars and thieves.
Right.
We're just out to take you, your money.
Right.
Isn't it?
Probably distract you, mislead you.
You destroy your mind.
And you lie. We feed you a bunch of garbage. They do you no good. Mess up the operation. Mess up the processing.
There comes one. Ishmael, Daniel, all those who are ministers, good ministers, and speakers in the Nation of Islam. They're all out to deceive you.
No.
Because You have to understand. They're going to be destroyed. So, they definitely are not going to tell you that you're going to be saved.
Right. There's no redemption for them. So that's what a liar does when he's under intense pressure. He lies even more.
He takes you out around.
Right. He gets more desperate. He starts to lie on steroids. He's lying on steroids now. It's incredible lies. You see?
So they reach out from their grave.
Right.
Take us with you.
Exactly.
They know they're dead. They know they're,
Yeah, right.
but they're going to keep.
So hell with it. You come with me.
Exactly.
You see?
Like Mama wrote a book that all of America. Sisters and brothers.
Right. They're trying to save it.
And fire. And things of that nature. So, why would you even listen to Farrakhan saying we're going to get 6 states here?
Move to the side of America. He gonna burn the hell up. Not gonna burn us up. He didn't say that part of America will burn up.
He's telling you you're sinful. It's all to,
Right.
you know, it's all to distract your mind that you have a promise that was made to you, a covenant, sisters and brothers.
Right.
So when you, this is also, you don't deserve that, right? That's basically what they're saying.
Believe the enemy.
Because you're sinful. You deserve no
The enemy
covenant.
minds. Make you believe you wicked, you evil, that you deserved all these things. That's why you brought him, you cursed. You see? But he said you was blessed. So those who keep their white garments are blessed. That's us. We're still in the authority of Massa. He said you were blessed. So the opposite of blessed would be cursed. And that's the devil's mind. So he has to make you believe you cursed. Cursed black, God hated you. And I did justice. I did you justice about saving you, and teaching you, and enslaving you, and helping you. Because God is help once you're dead. That's the narrative he pushed. Make you feel like God hated you himself, but I'm a saint. Look at what I did. I saved you, poor things.
Right. Sisters and brothers, with that, I hope you all be one on the devil's plan. We also be back with identifying more on the devil's plan as an information. Because there's a lot more to it. Sisters and brothers, we go on and on. We're destroying our black woman community. We're destroying our black men. Strength. Making them feminine. Stripping our women. Making her think being naked is her power. There's no power there. It was all the devil's plan. We'll be back. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.